PMP Certification Review Course, Projects Life Cycles. A project's life cycle is the definitive, non-negotiable framework that governs its entire existence, from the critical launch and initiation and strategic blueprint and planning, through the decisive action of execution to the final accountable handover and closing. This is the essential rhythm of control, ensuring every initiative moves with purpose from concept to value delivery, leaving no room for ambiguity or uncontrolled drift. The project life cycle is our roadmap from concept to delivery, a series of structured phases that ensure disciplined execution. Let's break down how it works. What defines a phase? Purpose-driven activities. Each phase delivers specific outputs such as design docs, prototypes. Time-bound, fixed start-end dates create rhythm and accountability. Flexible sequencing. Phases can run parallel like development and testing, sequential or overlapping. Scaling with complexity. Large projects equals multiple phases, each applying all 5 process groups. Example, a construction project might have feasibility design, permitting, build, commissioning phases. Why this matters? Risk control. Gates between phases allow go, no-go decisions. Resource optimization focuses efforts where they're needed most. Adaptability, agile, hybrid, PLC framework flexes to your methodology. Think of phases as chapters in a book. Each advances the story but must connect seamlessly to the whole. This is the structural blueprint for mastering complexity and maintaining absolute control. The division of a project into distinct phases is a deliberate strategy to conquer unique portions of the deliverable, with the entire suite of 5 process groups initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling and closing often being performed within each phase. This meticulous approach ensures every segment of work is rigorously defined, managed, and validated before proceeding. These phases form a powerful, adaptable sequence that can be deployed sequentially, in parallel, or with strategic overlap to accelerate delivery. Whether an initiative is single-phase or multi-phase, this disciplined segmentation is what prevents catastrophic overwhelm and ensures the entire endeavor remains focused, manageable, and aligned to its ultimate objective from start to finish. There is no room for ambiguity. This is how large-scale ambitions are systematically broken down and executed with precision. This life cycle is the fundamental engine of project execution. Moving with ruthless efficiency from identifying the core need in initiation, to architecting the solution in planning, to driving action in implementation, and finally achieving resolution in closing. This phase structure ensures every initiative is systematically de-risked, controlled, and propelled from a concept to a delivered outcome, leaving no room for ambiguity or uncontrolled effort. The 49 processes defined by the PMBOK are the essential interconnected toolkit for commanding every aspect of an initiative. Organized into 5 powerful groups, initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling and closing, they provide a rigorous framework to be deployed at precise points, from authorizing the charter to formally handing over deliverables. This is not a linear checklist but a dynamic system of control, where processes are applied iteratively, especially in adaptive environments, to ensure absolute mastery over scope, risk, and resources from launch to completion. This visual depicts the critical non-linear relationship between cost, staffing, and risk across the life cycle. Cost and staffing levels ramp up dramatically during the organizing and execution phases, peaking as the work is carried out with maximum resource deployment. Conversely, risk and uncertainty are highest at the very beginning when the cost to make changes is low, but they plummet as the project progresses and changes become prohibitively expensive. Key outputs at each phase, from the project charter at initiation to accepted deliverables at closure, mark these transitions in resource investment. This model demonstrates that front-loading planning and analysis is essential. It is the most cost-effective point to influence the project's outcome and mitigate the high uncertainty that characterizes the start of any major endeavor. This framework outlines the strategic methodologies for driving work to completion, ranging from the rigid, upfront certainty of a predictive approach to the fluid, response-driven cadence of an adaptive or agile cycle. The spectrum also includes powerful blended strategies like hybrid, iterative, and incremental life cycles, which balance structured planning with the flexibility to incorporate feedback and deliver value in segments. Choosing the correct type is a decisive strategic act that determines control, flexibility, and the very rhythm of execution. Predictive life cycle is a fortress of certainty, deployed only when a deliverable scope, time, and cost are fully understood and stable from the outset. Demands that requirements are nearly 100% defined and documented during initiation and planning, locking in the blueprint and forcing the manager to fiercely defend the constraint triangle against any change. This rigid, sequential approach, moving from feasibility and design to implementation, leaves no room for ambiguity but also no flexibility for evolution. This model stands in stark contrast to adaptive or iterative methods. It is a high-stakes gamble on perfect foresight where the entire plan is a definitive contract. Preference for this life cycle is a declaration that the project will be built to a precise, pre-approved specification, making it powerful for well-understood work but dangerously brittle in the face of the unknown. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to excellence and your dedication to mastering the profession. We wish you resounding success on your path to certification.